Good evening, everyone. Phil here, and welcome to the Daily Wrap for what was Saturday, the 10th of June, 2023. It was a good streaming day. That's it. Have a good night. Well, that would be a pretty crappy video if I left it at that. Let's summarize what happened today, shall we? So, today was React Day. Today is the one day a week that I do my React content. Now, last week, it was Sunday because we had been playing Street Fighter 6 at launch, and I wanted to play it for at least 2 days before we took a break. This week, we decided to do it on Saturday, its usual scheduled day, and today we were doing things a little bit differently, which I'll explain in a second. So, as we opened up, we did a fun Level 1 podcast discussing my thoughts on Diablo 4 and where I am in the game right now, discussing my status in Street Fighter 6, how I played Zangief yesterday, my thoughts about that character, among other things. You know, had a good conversation with people in the chat. We actually determined the name of the upcoming marathon I'll be doing in early July. It will be DSP's DSP, or DSP squared, or DSP to the power of 2. It actually stands for DSP's Digital Summer Party. Pretty neat, huh? So, we'll start promoting that now, which will be pretty cool. But outside of that, we had a good podcast overall. Nothing game newsworthy, simply because all the game news is starting tomorrow with the Xbox conference and all of that. And so, it was a chill podcast. Then we jumped into DSP versus the Internet on DSP Reacts. Now, DSP versus the Internet is my weekly show where I watch clips that members on that channel have submitted. The difference this week is that I changed the format per people's requests. People were saying that they didn't like the fact that I was doing it first come, first serve, because essentially the same people every week were rushing to post up their videos in my community thread. And it was the same 5 to 10 people who always got their videos watched in a row. And then if there was extra time after those, then we maybe squeeze in a couple more. But there were many people who had become members and were upset that they were never getting their videos watched. They simply put, just didn't have 100% free time in their day to rush to be posting up the videos as soon as my threads went live. So, we changed the format to be a random selected shuffled playlist. I actually synced my phone app with the TV app and used that to play a randomized playlist, and it worked pretty well. I would say that today's DSP versus the Internet was well varied. Some good content, some not so good content, but that's the nature of the show. You're watching user submitted stuff, and some of it hits and some of it misses. Some of it probably intentionally misses because people submit stuff they know is kind of cringeworthy to see my reaction to it, which is perfectly fine. But overall, I had a great time with the show. However, as the show ended, we realized something. The randomly ordered videos had absolutely no impact this week. Do you want to know why? Because this week, for the first time ever, in 17 episodes of the show spanning over 4 months, we watched every single video that had been submitted. Every single one. We got through all of them. I think there was like 7 Ultra member videos, and I want to say there was like 27 to 30 standard member videos, which is a little weird because we do have over 70 members, and each member is allowed to submit 2 videos a week. So potentially we could have had 140 submissions, but we had what we had. And I got through it relatively, in good time. We finished dead on exactly what I needed to finish at 4 p.m. Pacific time and had seen every single video. So it really didn't matter that we had done the shuffle because we would have seen all the videos regardless what order they were played. It just so figures the week that I decide to listen directly to your feedback and change to improve the show, it wouldn't have mattered if we did it or not, right? But the way I see it is, moving forward, this will have an impact. Perhaps there were people who did not submit their videos because they didn't know how it was going to work, and now that they see the way it works, they will submit videos. Or perhaps there'll be people who are now enticed to become a member again. At one point, we had over 130 channel members. Right now, I want to say we have like 70-something. So there's a lot of people who were disappointed with the way the show was running. Maybe now they'd be more enticed to become a member again and try to submit their video again because there's an equal chance across the board to get your video watched. For those who were there live for the stream, thank you. It was a fun stream. I had a good time. I hope everyone else did as well. So, good stuff overall. As always, those videos, 2 of them were uploaded already on DSP Reacts. You can see them now. And the other 4 will upload slowly, 1 a day over the course of the week. Okay? If you're a channel member, you can watch the entire archive stream in its entirety right now. So go check it out. Also, tonight I'm going to make those playlists public. So anyone who liked those videos, maybe you want to watch them for yourselves or check out other content from those content creators, I will make those playlists public so you can see them as of tonight on DSP Reacts. Okay? Now, tonight's late stream was an interesting return. Indeed, it was the return of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom. And I was very, very, very interested to see how this was going to go. Why? Because I hadn't played Zelda for over a week, and I've already started Street Fighter 6 and Diablo 4 and played them pretty extensively. Meaning, that's really where all the hype and focus has shifted. And I was curious, would people still care about Zelda? I would say, overall, it wasn't bad, but at the same time, distinctly, there was a humongous drop-off in support. For example, if it weren't for a large tip that I received from one person, there was very few tips, very few super chats, and there was a few gifted memberships, again, by one other person. But it's like, when I was playing Zelda as daytime streams while it was new, we were getting a good variety of people who were coming in and supporting those streams. Tonight, if it literally wasn't for 1 to 2 people, it would have been a pretty dead stream. Attendance was okay. I say we shifted between 250 to 300 viewers, which is not bad for a late night stream. And overall, people were engaged. Like, I arrived at the Goron town. We were doing questing in the Goron area. I did a couple of shrines. We actually were riding the mine carts around to optional areas as well, which was kind of neat. By the end of the stream, we had gone all the way up Death Mountain, and essentially we descended down, and we're about to start this area where we're going to get to the dungeon. The third major dungeon of the game. So, good progress tonight. I actually got major upgrades, like a stamina upgrade, as well as a health upgrade. I bought a piece of equipment that's fire resistant. So, lots of stuff. Lots of good progress in regards to all of that. And it was fun. It was entertaining. I had a good time, and I hope that everyone watching enjoyed as well. It seemed like everyone there that was there did have a good interactive time. You know, it's a good split from the Street Fighter where I have to focus on the game the whole time I'm playing. In this case, it was more chill fun, where it was about us interacting while I was playing a game and having that return to the rotation. I think a lot of people appreciated that. But overall, definitely, if it weren't for 2 people being generous, that would have been pretty much a dead support stream. So obviously, I'm not looking a gift horse in the mouth. I'm just saying, yeah, it did seem like that overwhelming amount of support that was hitting for Zelda over the course of its couple of weeks there when it was a newer game has kind of dwindled, which is not shocking. I told you guys this is what would happen, is that if that game went on hiatus for me to play the new releases and then I brought it back, that likely, you know, the interest would wane. I guess we'll see what happens moving forward, but I did announce to my audience, essentially I'm going to focus on major progress in the game, and that's about it. I would like to do each story element. I think there's 11, and so far I've done 6, and tonight I saw another one, so I kind of know where they are. We just have to get to them, those story cutscenes, that is, and the major dungeons and whatever's left. Like, I don't think I'm going to go out of my way to be doing pieces of side content or anything significant outside of that, because it just seems like this is the kind of game that, yes, I could play it for 100 hours, but who wants to see me play it for 100 hours when we've got Street Fighter 6, Diablo 4, Final Fantasy 16 literally around the corner in about a week and a half, and other releases coming in July. I said this when the game came out. I said, Zelda, being a 100-hour game, this is the kind of game that if you are a huge Zelda fan, a huge Nintendo fan, and if you have no plans for 2 months, this is probably your ultimate game. But how many people exactly is that, right? Let's be honest. A lot of people are interested in other games coming out. Me notably, I'm a variety content creator. I'm not just hyper-focused on one game or one style of game. Hell, I would love to play Street Fighter 6 nonstop, but I know people want other content, which is why I'm balancing stuff with it. It doesn't make sense for me to play a game like Zelda as a 100+ hour playthrough when I have desire to play other games. Again, if this is the only game I was playing for an extended period of time, that would be one thing, but, you know, a lot of people say, oh, I already beat it. Or, oh, you know, I already moved on. I'm not interested in it. That's what a lot of people have said. Like, they themselves were playing Zelda. But the game is such a lengthy game, they played, like, you know, 40 hours in and were like, ah, screw this, and just stopped playing it. And I hate to say it, I get the feeling that's what happens with a lot of these extremely long games these days. I do think that a dialogue regarding the length of video games needs to be brought up at this point. Do we really need 100-hour video games in 2023? Is this a necessary thing? Does every game need to have it? Because how on earth is it that we're playing Zelda plus Diablo plus Final Fantasy 16 that all come out within a month's time of each other and they're all 100-hour games? It's like, maybe it's time for the industry to take a step back and start reassessing. Maybe you need to make games that have better impact, more quality content, and aren't 100 hours long. I would love a nice action-packed 20 to 30 hour game that's amazing for 30 hours rather than a game that's 100 hours with 60 hours of menial exploration. I'm just saying. I guess we'll see how things go because I am planning to continue Zelda. Let's talk about the schedule for the rest of the week now. So FYI, it has been determined I will not be doing the live react tomorrow of Xbox or Starfield. It's too much taking away from gameplay to do that. I'm not doing it. All right, what I will do is listen to your feedback because I'm sure some of you will be watching it while I'm streaming and tell me all about the announcements and stuff. That's great. I'd love to hear them. I will be checking out the Starfield footage. I'm very interested in the Starfield footage because I want to talk to you guys about it. So likely I'll watch it back or maybe even watch it with my wife on Sunday night so that I can talk about it on streams. But I'm not doing a live react of it, okay? Tomorrow will be a regular level 1 podcast in the morning followed by Street Fighter 6, a new character, either Marisa or Minot. One or the other will be played on stream. I have not made my decision yet. I will think about this overnight. I will make my decision. If you'd like to influence me, you know the ways you can reach out to me and let me know your thoughts. Notably comments. I'll be checking on videos over the course of tonight and approving them. Let me know. Let me know what you think in regards to what character I should play tomorrow on stream. I am not doing a night stream tomorrow. No late stream because I have to film private react videos for patrons. But I will be back full capacity Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday of this week. That's right. There's 3 more streaming days this week. It's an extended streaming week. So, Monday's main stream, Street Fighter 6 premiere of the World Tour single-player mode. Night stream will be Diablo. Tuesday, more Street Fighter 6, this time online play. Tuesday night, more Zelda. And then Wednesday, more Street Fighter 6, and the late stream, Diablo again. That's the mix for the week. I hope that sounds good. Once Final Fantasy releases, which is actually coming out not this week but next week, that will become a daytime stream to balance with Street Fighter, while Diablo and Zelda will remain night streams. So we have essentially next week's 5-day streaming week to continue to play these releases before Final Fantasy 16 comes out. Yeah, so anyway, let me know what you think. Let me know about the format changes to the React show. Let me think about what you thought about the content here today with Zelda. I'm all ears about your feedback and changes or anything you would like. Let me know. And thank you for a great streaming day overall. Good variety. It was the first day I hadn't played Street Fighter 6 since it came out. But now we're back into the swing of things tomorrow with Street Fighter 6. Hope to see you all in the morning for that. All right, guys? Thank you so very much. Have a good night. Peace out. See you later.